Hey, are you American? This video's much important for you. Do you know there have been countries where citizens of the United States have not been allowed? There are a few places where entry can be challenging for American citizens due to various reasons, such as political tensions, safety concerns, or visa restrictions. In this video, we will explore 10 countries where Americans may face difficulties or restrictions. Number 10. Libya. Libya boasts a massive coastline along the sparkling Mediterranean Sea. Libya's population has reaching an estimated 6.9 million as of 2024. Libya has been marred by ongoing conflict and instability, posing significant risks to foreigners, including Americans. The presence of armed groups, militia factions, and extremist elements creates a volatile environment where personal safety cannot be guaranteed. The political landscape in Libya is characterized by factional rivalries, power struggles, and governance challenges. American citizens are generally discouraged from traveling to Libya due to the unstable security situation and the lack of diplomatic relations between the United States and Libya. Number 9. Syria. Syria boasts a rich tapestry of civilizations, from the ancient empires of Mesopotamia to the flourishing Islamic dynasties. Syria boasted a vibrant population of around 22.5 million. Firstly, Syria has been in a state of conflict and civil war for years, making it extremely dangerous for foreigners, including Americans, to enter the country. The ongoing violence, political instability, and presence of various armed groups pose significant risks to anyone traveling there. The Syrian government tightly controls entry into the country and imposes strict visa requirements. Due to strained diplomatic relations between the United States and Syria, obtaining a visa to enter the country as an American citizen is extremely difficult, if not impossible. The U.S. Department of State strongly advises against all travel to Syria due to the security situation, including the risk of kidnapping, terrorism, and arbitrary arrest. Militant groups still operate in Syria, and the threat of terrorist attacks remains high. Foreigners, including Americans, have been detained by Syrian authorities on suspicion of various offenses, often without due process. Number 8. Yemen. Yemen, a country nestled in the Arabian Peninsula, has become a restricted zone for Americans. Yemen's population is estimated to be around 30 million people. Yemen is the second largest country on the Arabian Peninsula, located in the southwestern corner of the region. The U.S. Department of State has issued a Level 4 Do Not Travel warning for Yemen. This is the most serious warning they give. Yemen has become a tinderbox of instability, making it an extremely risky destination for American citizens. Yemen's been embroiled in a brutal civil war since 2015, with various factions vying for control. The consequences for travelers are dire. Ongoing violence. Fighting continues in parts of the country, posing a constant threat of getting caught in crossfire. The ongoing conflict has created a breeding ground for criminal activity. Al-Qaeda and ISIS affiliates operate in Yemen, increasing the risk of terrorist attacks. Americans, particularly dual US-Yemeni citizens, are considered high-value targets for kidnapping. The US Embassy in Sana'a has been closed since 2015, making it nearly impossible for Americans to receive consular assistance within Yemen. Number 7. Afghanistan. Afghanistan, a country known for its rugged terrain and rich cultural heritage, has been plagued by conflict and instability for decades. This has resulted in stringent travel restrictions, particularly for Americans seeking to visit the region. Afghanistan's population is estimated to be around 38 million people, making it one of the most populous countries in Central Asia. The U.S. State Department has issued a strong travel advisory for Afghanistan. They advise Americans to avoid travel there for any reason. This is the most serious warning they can give. Several active terrorist groups operate in Afghanistan, and attacks targeting foreigners are a concern. The Taliban, the current ruling power, has a record of detaining foreigners on unclear charges. The security situation in Afghanistan remains highly volatile, with frequent attacks by insurgent groups such as the Taliban and ISIS posing a significant threat to both locals and foreign visitors. These dangers are significant, and the US government lacks the ability to provide consular services in Afghanistan. Number 6. Somalia. Federal Republic of Somalia is a country located in the easternmost tip of Africa. Somalia boasts a long coastline along the Indian Ocean to the east and the Gulf of Aden to the north. Today, Somalia is a federal republic with a population of over 17 million people. In recent years, Somalia has implemented restrictions on certain nationalities entering its borders, including Americans. The State Department advised against traveling to Somalia due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, health issues, kidnapping, and piracy. Somalia's decision to restrict entry for Americans is multifaceted. It stems from concerns about security, as well as broader diplomatic considerations. Security remains a paramount concern in Somalia, with ongoing threats posed by extremist groups and criminal networks. Violent crime, such as kidnapping and murder, is common throughout Somalia, including Puntland and the Somaliland region. Furthermore, Somalia's relations with the United States and other countries play a significant role in shaping its immigration policies. Diplomatic tensions or disagreements may influence visa regulations. Number 5. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan, a Central Asian nation known for its rich history and cultural heritage, is also one of the most closed-off countries in the world. Among the many restrictions imposed by the Turkmen government is the prohibition on American citizens entering the country. Turkmenistan has a population estimated to be around 6 million people. The population density varies across the country, with urban areas like Ashgabat, Turkmenistan's capital, experiencing higher concentrations of people. Turkmenistan, known for its strict visa regulations, places certain restrictions on who can enter the country. Americans are among those who face limitations when it comes to visiting Turkmenistan. One of the main reasons for these restrictions is the strained political relationship between the United States and Turkmenistan. The two countries have had diplomatic tensions that have led to restrictions on American citizens entering Turkmenistan. Additionally, Turkmenistan's government may have security concerns regarding American citizens, particularly given the geopolitical tensions and global security threats in the region. Number 4. Eritrea. Eritrea, a nation located in the Horn of Africa, is known for its unique culture, stunning landscapes, and complex political landscape. One aspect of Eritrea's policies that often raises questions is the restriction on American citizens entering the country. Firstly, Eritrea is governed by a regime known for its tight control over its citizens and limited engagement with the international community. The Eritrean government exercises strict control over its borders and imposes visa restrictions on citizens of many countries, including the United States. Eritrea has faced criticism from international human rights organizations for its lack of democratic institutions, suppression of dissent, and compulsory national service, which can last for an indefinite period. The country is situated in a volatile region of East Africa, with neighboring countries experiencing their own political and security challenges. Overall, the combination of strict visa requirements, limited diplomatic relations, political repression, and regional dynamics creates significant barriers for Americans wishing to visit Eritrea. Number 3. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a major supplier of oil to the United States. It has historically been difficult to get a visa to enter the country. Saudi Arabia has strict laws regarding content that could be deemed offensive or in violation of Islamic values. This includes restrictions on anything related to religion, politics, and culture. Saudi Arabia's population sits around 37.3 million. The U.S. Department of State advises a Level 3 reconsider travel for Saudi Arabia due to security threats like missile attacks and terrorism. This can make it challenging for foreigners, including Americans, to create content that complies with these regulations. Saudi Arabia is a conservative Islamic country with stricter social codes than the U.S. Visitors should be aware of and respectful of these customs, such as dress codes and public behavior. Moreover, obtaining the necessary visas and permissions to film in Saudi Arabia can be complex and time-consuming, especially for foreigners. Additionally, there may be language barriers and cultural sensitivities that Americans need to navigate when creating content for a Saudi audience. Number 2. Iran. Iran, a land of beauty and intrigue, attracts travelers from around the globe. But for Americans, exploring this ancient land isn't as simple as booking a flight. Iran boasts a significant population, ranking 17th globally with an estimated 89.7 million people as of 2024. American citizens are generally not allowed to visit Iran due to the strained diplomatic relations between the two countries. The U.S. Department of State advises against travel to Iran due to the risk of arbitrary arrest and detention of U.S. citizens by Iranian authorities. Historical events, such as the 1979 Iranian Revolution and the subsequent hostage crisis, set the stage for ongoing diplomatic tensions between the two nations. These tensions have been exacerbated by political conflicts, including Iran's nuclear program and its support for groups opposed to American interests in the Middle East. In response, Iran has implemented strict visa regulations for American citizens, citing concerns over espionage, security threats, and ideological differences. Number 1. North Korea. North Korea, officially the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, is a complex and isolated nation in East Asia. North Korea is a totalitarian dictatorship ruled by the Kim family for 3 generations. North Korea's estimated population sits around 26.2 million as of 2024. The roots of this ban trace back to the Korean War in the 1950s, which left the Korean peninsula divided into North and South Korea. North Korea, under the leadership of the Kim dynasty, has maintained strict control over its borders and information flow. In 2017, the tragic case of Otto Warmbier, an American student who was imprisoned and later died after visiting North Korea, highlighted the risks of traveling to the secretive nation. Furthermore, North Korea's nuclear ambitions and volatile relationship with the United States have escalated tensions, leading to travel warnings and restrictions for American citizens. The North Korean regime views Americans with suspicion, considering them as potential spies or threats to their national security. As we come to the end of our journey exploring the 10 countries where Americans face travel restrictions, it's important to recognize the complexities of global relations and the diverse challenges that exist in different parts of the world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.